Oh, hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation. And welcome to another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for over a year and counting, because that's right, the daily stream streak remains strong. I'm here to open my office doors to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e., fandom. Either way, we are here for the next, probably 1 hour to 90 minutes. It depends on how the energy is today, but I'm still recovering from my scratchy throat situation. So, perhaps this will be a shorter stream to give me time to rest and recover. But, before we get into today's stream subject, allow me to start with a little bit of housekeeping. First, Puppet Boy, congratulations on being the #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e., congratulations on being first chatter. Alongside you, CD23, Sleepless Dragon, Legendary Doge, Attracted to 682, Blue Phantom, America, Rebel Commander, O5 Council 3, Aoki, Mamori, Froy, Philip November. Everyone who I've just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site 42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, interns, Athena, Stephen, 100 stars, Hunter Mark, Griffith, Nolan, Jack, Tamari, and Sarah. Welcome to today's stream. Thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here today just for being you. Happy birthday, intern Opal, since it seems to be your birthday and you are cosplaying me. I wonder what that looks like. Now, today's stream is sponsored. And sponsored means that we are sponsoring the upcoming SCP Containment Breach, the movie, which, as we all know, is in its current Kickstarter phase with 15 days to go. It is, not going great. We need to push harder. We need to figure out how to get people on board with an SCP movie in theaters. Why does the Backrooms get to have a movie and not the SCP Foundation? I have questions. I want answers. But one thing I will not accept an answer for today is this SCP-173 is not AI. I want it known. This is not AI. This is a model that was made by an artist. It is sitting here in real life. It exists. There are so many people who are turning away from the SCP movie because they say it looks like AI. It's not AI. That is a actual model. Practical effects. What everyone says they want. Less CGI. More practical stuff. It's there. It's real. You can touch it. In fact, one of the Kickstarter goals, the grand finale of the Kickstarter. Oh, did someone already buy them? No way. There we go. You could own that 173 if you are the $10,000 donor to the movie. You can have that model in your hands. They're doing the same thing for the sculpture they made of SCP-689. Both of these are available as Kickstarter goals. You can own a piece of the movie. And so, the old lady is not AI. That's just her face. The peanut is not AI. The director of the movie is literally a fine arts major who made that as an homage to the original while having to change it because, copyright. 173 was stolen art. We don't want stolen art, so that has to be remade. And I think it's a very good time. I think it's a very good adaptation of the Peanut. I think it holds several of the similar stylistic flourishes as the original 173, while having a different look all its own. And look at the perspective trick right now being done to make it look like this statue is actually in the room with this guy. Because it's obviously not. We just saw the rig that it's sitting on. But they use practical effects. They use film magic to make it look like it's there. Are you not entertained? So yes, it's not AI. Someone on Twitter said it was AI again, and I'm just losing my mind. All of us want not AI SCP movie, and this is our shot, but people keep saying it's AI. I can't take it. Ah. Also, stream subjects before I get to general Q&A. First and foremost, reminder, if you're not reminded by my beautiful rainbow lab coat, that we are currently in the midst of celebrating Pride Fest. Pride Fest is ongoing at the SCP Wiki. And of course, they are highlighting different articles each day. Today's article is SCP-9006, titled The Breakdown of the Egg Structure. As you can probably guess, this SCP features a trans narrative. Now, it is once again in the Black Diamond Billions canon, which means you are going to get depictions of sexual acts, sexual assault, gore, and bestiality, incest, and psychological horror not appropriate for underage individuals. So, follow the content warnings. Remember, the SCP Foundation is an adult fandom with lots of explicit sexuality and gore. And so you must be 18 to join the wiki and contribute. But it does have the unique point of view of putting forth a trans narrative in a historical context. an old school, so to speak. And so there's a lot of people in the discussion saying that this is a very good narrative that some of you with the stomach for it and the maturity and proper age requirements will enjoy. So, if you wish to enjoy said Pride article, please feel free. Excuse me, Dr. Sherman, what's up with the 1 minute cooldown today? Well, what's wrong with the 1 minute cooldown is it didn't save when I switched it to 30 seconds, obviously. Yep, it did not save it. Let's put it back. We don't need a minute. Huh. Also, I apologize to everybody who sent sparkles or jewels or anything of those gifting manners. By fixing that slow mode, YouTube has deleted all of the notifications of those so I can't see them. I'm going to try to troll through the chat very quickly and get what I can. Because I did see here, Athena, thank you for sending a clapping seal to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure that the SCP-8000 entity will be entertaining the chat very well. Aoki, thank you for sending a star. That makes you a one-star team, as far as I can tell. Blue Phantom, thank you for sending a 100. I'm sure they'll keep it 100 at your urging. Sparkles from Blue Phantom. Better clean up that glitter, everyone. Blue Phantom, thank you for sending another star. They are now a 2-star team, working their way up to 5 stars. Intern Long, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Still looking for any errant gifts. Amber, thank you for sending a floating heart. I'm sure the chat feels the love. And now that I've fixed it, Chesta Factory, thank you for sending a star to make them a 3-star team. Alex sent a star for 4 stars, but then a lot more things got sent. Okay, we're starting here. So Chesta Factory, thank you for sending a total of 16 sparkles. God, you got a lot of glitter to clean up, team. There's those 2 stars from Alex and Chesta Factory. So that was 4 stars before Chesta Factory continued to make you guys a 7-star team. From a 4-star team, adding 6 stars, that makes you a 5 to get 5 stars. 5 stars again. Congratulations. A double 5-star team. Very impressive. All right, you guys are a 5-star team until something changes. Now, the other donations that came in while I was doing the intro, let me catch up on those. Philip November, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a biscuit on your way past the commissary. Cutting a bit close, are we? It is only 6:20 p.m. here. Time zones matter. Pay attention. Rebel Commander, thank you for your 10 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. I do not want SCP set back decade because this kick failed. Yes, if this does not succeed, there will need to be a post-mortem as to what had happened. We can't do this without the community. And so if this is not it, I want to know why. But I see this as being a golden opportunity not to pass up. And no one has told me a reason that I resonate with why not. But of course, you can't convince everybody. And so my job is to figure out, how do we convince them? What is it that people want? Can we get enough people to want one thing to make it succeed? But of course, part of it is the fact that SCP-5004-B has tanked the economy so hard that people don't really have a lot of spending money right now. So, you know, that's part of it. If we all weren't broke, this would be a lot easier. Researcher Taggart, thank you for your 1 year as a level 1 researcher. Happy anniversary as a researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Well, time to find out who said AI. Wait, it's not? Oh. Yeah, it's on the Twitter. That they were kind of negative, but they didn't know. Don't be mean to anybody about art, please. Philip November, thank you for donating again to ask, what happens to the money for the Kickstarter if it fails? If a Kickstarter fails, then you are not charged the money you pledged. It is an all or nothing platform. So whatever money I donated to the Kickstarter, whatever money you donated, it has not come out of your account yet. Because it doesn't come out of the account until the Kickstarter succeeds. If the Kickstarter fails, then the money's never taken. And they get nothing. Good day, sir. It wouldn't be a good day because that would make making the SCP movie a lot harder. But as for what Keter Labs would do, they're going to be working to try and find other investors to help make that movie. But since the Kickstarter had such a low turnout, that would make it a harder value proposition to sell to studios saying, hey, no, people will go see this in theaters, we promise. It may be part of it, but also I don't know if we have far enough reach. Asking for from bigger names could be a game changer. There's thousands of SCP fans out there. Of course there are. And the part of the problem is we are beholden to the algorithms. Honestly, Mamori, your little video with the art from the Viltrumite meme, that is doing pretty well on a couple platforms. Hunter Mark's video on my Facebook actually got some pretty good reach. So the more that we pepper this, the more I can just keep shoving stuff out there in the algorithm. I am but one man. I can only make so many videos and streams. But with you guys' help, we are making a dent. We are getting more word out there. It's just, we need so much more help. And it stinks that Volgan's on hiatus, and there's only so much SCP content creation going on right now. Mamori, your plot of mixing with other fandoms, though, we can't forget that that's a great strategy overall. It's the common artist dilemma. My original work gets no views, but my crossover of Disney and Walking Dead gets a bajillion views. If we keep doing SCP crossovers with other fandoms, we can force the issue. The Boys just had its finale. What if there was an SCP The Boys? What if we did crossovers with other fandoms that are big, like Supernatural or Doctor Who? I mean, they're not as big these days. I mean, Supernatural came out of the woodwork for that, for some memes recently. It's these crossovers that we're doing ourselves. Anything that gets attention. The Amazing Digital Circus, honestly. Honestly, that even the content farms talking about it would help. Yeah, 369, of course it would, but they don't help. The problem with the content farms is they try to stay away from the community. They just kind of make money off what they take from us, but they never give back. If you can convince them to say something, that'd be great. But I mean, Detective Void and the Rubber are retired. Dr. Bob, I don't know how to reach out to. I have no idea who runs that. Dr. Sherman, did you fire Desk? He was awake when I messaged him before stream. I don't know what happened to him. Probably something with Nico. Would it be possible to extend the deadline? That is not how Kickstarter works, unfortunately, Mamori. Kickstarter has a solid deadline. So once we reach the deadline, that's it. We have 2 weeks to get this pushed. I genuinely think promo is what we lack, and that's it. I mean, you can never have enough promo. I agree completely. The more, the better. What happened here? Black Phoenix, thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. And then Freud, thank you for sending 4 more stars to keep them at 5 stars. Dr. Kelly, thank you for sending sunshine on a cloudy day to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. Just a Factory, I'm sure the chat will keep it 100 because you urged them to. And DJ, thank you for sending a clutch to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. Site 42 is coming in clutch for this Kickstarter. We are the only big SCP game in town, apparently. Unfortunately. We need more people. We need more SCP content creators and fighters. In the words of a murderess from Chicago, I can't do it alone. Rebel Commander, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a quiche from the commissary. Investor won't invest if fail. We'll see SCP as a failure. Yup. Now, reminder, I am not giving up regardless. This will continue. In fact, if you've gone over to the Dark Math Films YouTube channel, the creators of SCP Academy, they dropped a live stream where they say their Kickstarter is coming closer to the end of summer. And so we'll have another shot to get a second episode of their series. It'll be a smaller goal. We might be able to reach that. But, damn it, we can't just keep trudging along with small projects. We've got to find a way to swing for the fences and succeed. Dr. Sherman the Rubber posted a new video on May 31st, literally posted on a blue moon. Is it a new video? Or is it a compilation of old videos? Because they've been doing reposting compilations and not releasing new material for a while. I'm not saying I know, I'm saying I saw that they were doing that a while ago. Because most of their comments were complaining that they were only uploading compilations. It's a matter of time, after all, even though the Kickstarter of the movie could happen at some point. Researcher Skyro. Sorry, member. Researcher Skyro. If it takes me another 10 years on YouTube to get the size of the audience, to get the Markiplier unfathomable amounts of money, to fucking pay for it myself, I goddamn will. This will happen in my lifetime. I guarantee it. One way or the other. Of course, I'd like to find the way to do it sooner than later. And by the way, if this Kickstarter falters, and we're on a live stream to see it happen, you will see an unpleasant Dr. Sherman crash out. Oh my gosh. I will not be a happy camper that day if it comes. I don't like failure. I've learned to live with failure. As an actor, you get 1 out of every 100 auditions, which means 99 failures. I'm used to failure, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. Oh, it's going to be a mess. But we will use the fire to fuel what's next. From the ashes, people. From the ashes, we rise. Philip November, thank you for donating again to say, I love how the boys had to be so obvious in their parody they had to literally spell it out to the maggots for being so oblivious. They still didn't get it. They were still butthurt because they are dumb. That's just how it goes. Just a Factory, thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. You then sent a red card. I hope the chat did not get an error. A foul. But then Chester Factory sent more stars. Let's see how that turned out. 2, 3, 4, 5. You're still a 5-star team because Chester Factory resurrected their star gains. Very good. Rebel Commander, thank you for donating again to say, is Dr. Sumerian okay? No video or post in 8 months. I do believe that Sim is alright, but much like Volgan, I do believe that he has taken a break from content creation. It is rather stressful to be an internet content creator. If you are a Patreon patron of Super Eyepatch Wolf, which I am, Eyepatch Wolf does a lot of describing what it's like to be a content creator from our side of things. And especially as someone who is also approaching the age of 40, I empathize and relate to a lot of what Eyepatch Wolf says about it. He just dropped a video called Let's Hang Out in Silent Hill, where he just played the Silent Hill 2 soundtrack, the whole thing, and then yapped about different things for about an hour and a half. It was good. You're almost 40. Yes, intern Furita. My birthday is August 3rd. I will be 40 years of age. Yeah, damn, you older than my dad. Yes, I might be. All right, Site 42 staff. A quick tangent. We have been going over This Is My JamCon. And this day is no different. We are going to do today's This Is My JamCon article right now, which means for a short time, donations will be read after the article. Chat will resume after we're done with the article. It is a shorty. It won't take long, but we're making progress. So for those of you who have not been present, This Is My JamCon is a unofficial contest on the SCP database that was based around SCP authors trading song recommendations, and then that other SCP author had to write a song, write an SCP based on that song. We have been through 18 of the 27 entries. We're trying to read them all. We are currently on number 18, which is Fi Amal. I thought that was FML for a minute, but it's not. Now, there's been a secondary objective of trying to guess the song that each one is based on, because I'm kind of a music guy. A little bit. Hobbyist. And I've only gotten one out of the current 17 correct, because the other 17 were all based on songs I had never heard before. Or I should say 16 of them were based on songs I had never ever heard before. And one of them was based on a song I had heard but never known the title. So I had no idea. So, we are going to read track 18. I'm going to try and guess the song, and then we'll return to general Q&A. So, today's reading from This Is My JamCon. SCP-9078, codename Fi Amal, by user Calibri Bold. User Calibold. Now, this does have a photo, so I will show you that photo from the beginning. This is SCP-9078-1. Are there any content warnings? There are not. Let's begin the reading. Item number SCP-9078. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. 9078-1 is contained in storage locker in Site-19. Incoming calls to Site-19 from -2 are to be recorded and filed with other documentation related to the anomaly. Description. -1 is a wooden statue standing 1.34 meters tall. It is constructed from cedar wood and was once painted, although most of the paint has since faded or chipped away. It is missing its left arm, left foot, and most of its right leg. Its head and remaining arm are capable of articulation, pivoting around a single axis each. Its right leg may have also been able to articulate, though damage to its structure in the past seems to have fused it with the rest of the body. 9078-1 is carved in the form of an adult male. Its hairpiece and the style in which it is carved suggest it is ancient Egyptian in origin, likely dating to the late Old Kingdom era. -1 is able to move autonomously, although given its few points of articulation along with damage sustained over its lifetime, its movement is highly limited. It will follow objects or individuals which interest it with its head, and occasionally move its arm, but otherwise will remain still. Occasionally, water will seep from -1's joints. The reason for this is unknown. -2 is an unknown entity, presumably distinct from -1. Any person or entity in possession of -1 will occasionally receive phone calls from -2 via an unidentifiable number. Incoming audio is of extremely poor quality and mostly consists of static. The voice of SCP-9078-2 seems to be feminine and is able to be recognized as speech, but most of its speech is unintelligible through the static. Words have been identified, seem to be a form of ancient Egyptian dialect. We are now being treated to some audio excerpts. Below is a list of words and phrases which are able to be discerned from -2. Much of the audio seems to be repeated across multiple calls, although each call remains distinct, suggesting attempts at communication which are not automatic. All lines have been translated to English. Olive tree. My unknown. I will. You remember. Oh, find me. History. -1 was discovered in a cellar belonging to Zayad Harb in Dammam, Saudi Arabia. Harb had inherited the cellar and its contents from his father, Zakai Harb. As part of an unrelated manhunt for SCP Redacted, undercover Foundation personnel were present in Dammam, posing as members of the Eastern Province Municipality Special Investigation Unit. A member of the team was contacted by Harb, complaining of calls from -2. A pair of agents were permitted to investigate. Harb confirmed that the calls had begun upon his inheritance of his father's cellar 2 weeks prior. The agents investigated the cellar and identified -1 as an anomalous phenomenon. It was discreetly transported back to the United States, along with SCP Redacted. Further investigation into -1's origins has yielded few results. While it is unlikely that Zakai Harb was aware of -1's anomalous properties, he left no records documenting his experiences with the item, nor any evidence that he had received any calls from -2. The cellar had been inherited by him from his own father, but no other information has been found regarding prior ownership of the property, nor how -1 was procured. Information on -1's past has likely been sparse, including when it was discovered or how it was created. It likely originated from Egypt, given its appearance and manner of construction. It may be a Ka statue due to its similarities to other such figures, though this theory is inconclusive. Footnote. An item designed to house an individual's Ka or spirit after their death. -1's relationship to Redacted, if it exists, is unknown. Addendum 1. A test exposing -1 to -2 was conducted. A telephone receiver was set in -1's locker. The next phone call from -2 was patched into the receiver. Upon hearing the call, -1 began to shake its head back and forth, and water poured out of its joints in much greater quantities than usual. Even after the call was terminated, -1 did not cease this behavior for several more hours. Addendum 2. Following a massive containment breach at Site 19, footnote, see Incident 19-1964-0054, -1 was discovered missing. How it was able to escape despite its limited mobility is unknown, as almost all surveillance had failed during the incident. -1 was found 2 months later, 18 miles west of Aswan, Egypt, having been discovered by a local photography club. A covert Foundation unit was able to successfully retrieve the object. -1 no longer displays any anomalous properties, nor has -2 sent any further calls to Site 19. Classification and neutralize is pending. Aside from minor weathering and scuffing, the only physical change to Dash 1 is a faded maroon mark on its forehead. Chemical analysis is determined it is made from red ochre clay and beeswax, along with trace amounts of human saliva. Does it happen to be lipstick shaped? What is that about? Okay. Gotta be honest. I have no idea about this anomaly. It is quite vague in that way that SCPs tend to be. Red Fail Hawk, what do you mean you know the song? I do not have a clue about the song either. How do you know the song? Did you look at the discussion? Did you cheat? Or do you already know it? Olive Tree, my blank I will, you remember, hope find me. I'm wondering if those are lyrics of the song in some way. No, I recognize the lyrics. Interesting. Well, I would not have guessed that. So if you're right, then I will not be. I got no clue other than your assertion. So I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna say pass. Calibold says for JamCon, it does not reveal what it is. Thanks, Cal. Red Fail. Tell me what lyrics you believe the lyrics are that they were. Does the JamCon say what song it is? Show list. That's a list of rules. Entries in order of ranking, entries in order of posting. Where there may or may not be hope in the far future. Well, I guess unless Cal said so somewhere on social media, I do not know what song they were based on. Because they just said for JamCon. So I don't even know if Red Fail is right. Could be right. Well, regardless, I think the article's fine. I mean, there's a statue. It's reminiscent of 173 in form. It has someone longing for it. It might have died when they found them after it escaped. I'll give it an upvote. I feel some longing in it. Why does Dr. Sherman drink water? Intern Enzo, the question is, why aren't you drinking water right now? Hydrate, you son of a bitch. Rebel Commander, thank you for donating again to say, we need everyone to prompt the movie. What do you mean prompt the movie? I mean, yes, promote the movie. Let's get more sharing of the Kickstarter. Let's spread it around. Memes, edits, videos, all that good stuff. That way we can have more. Dr. Sherman looks a lot more healthy now. Been a few months since I seen him last time. Well, glad to hear it, Intern Pixelization. I've been doing a pretty good health kick in the last month. I'm calling it my Jedi diet because I started on May the 4th. And it's been going well the last month. And so we are vastly improving. It's good news. Intern Fun Time, thank you for pressing F to pay respect to the chat. I'm sure the Containment Hazard Assessment team will pay respects. And I'm sure they will also beat their face and slay thanks to the makeup brush you sent them. Mamori, thank you for sending 2 party hats to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure 2 people in the chat will have nice party hats going for them. Fun Time, thank you for sending 2 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment team, setting them to be a 2-star team. And then Crimson Paws sent 2 more stars to make you guys a 4-star team. And then a 5-star team. So Crimson Paws got you back to 5 stars. Fun Time sent a flower. I'm sure you guys found it very pretty. And Crimson Paws sent 2 more stars, making you a 2-star team. Jesta Factory sent 5 stars, making you a 2-star team again. So you're at 2 stars at the moment. Leon sent you guys sunshine on a cloudy day. That's very nice of them to brighten your worlds. Philip November, thank you for donating again to say, oh, did you see my message on Discord? I finally commissioned art to show on Fan Art Friday. A, I have not seen that message, or at least I don't remember seeing that message. And B, commissioning art for Fan Art Friday. I mean, it turns out to be art, so I guess that's still art of the SCP Foundation in Site 42. I guess it works. Hope it turns out cool. Silent Follower, thank you for donating again to say, in fact, you are looking pretty cute today, lol. Well, thank you. As I always say, just because you're asexual doesn't mean you can't look fly AF. Slay Queen, slay. Froy, thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment team to make them a 3-star team. They're currently a 3-star team. Very good. I feel the need to say for commissioned art, credit the artist. 369 Destroyer, you are correct. If you send in commissioned fan art, it is important to credit them for that such. Very good. Froy, thank you for sending 2 more stars to finalize the 5-star status of the team. Good work. Rebel Commander, thank you for donating again to say just Sumerian promoting the movie would have helped. Well, anybody promoting the movie would have helped. The trick of it is, we all need to work together on this, but I gotta be honest. There is a large contingent of the SCP fandom that doesn't want the movie to be made, that doesn't want any movie to be made. Because think of it like this. For some people, their hobby is writing SCPs. And they don't like it when newbies come in. They're kind of gatekeeping in that way. Where it's like, we don't want a bunch of people, we just want to have fun with our group. They don't want a whole bunch of other people in. And so, I don't agree with them, but I can't fault them. Especially people who were here before SCP Containment Breach. When Containment Breach the game came out, the community was flooded with lots of people. And when you get lots of people like that, sometimes you get people who don't take the time to learn about the community. It can be frustrating. I understand it completely. Part of my job here is to educate off-site fans so that when they do come to the SCP community and the main site, they don't act a fool. They be good, upstanding members of the community. Responsible, respectful, demure, cutesy, so to speak. And so, it is imperative that, yes, there will be people who will just never want an SCP movie. I'm not saying that Sumerian. It just reminded me that there are people who, if we ask them, they wouldn't want to. And so, that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. Because their opinion is valid, they can have their opinion. But my opinion is valid too. And my hobby is not just writing SCPs. My hobby is acting. My hobby is performing. My hobby is YouTube. And so this is what I do. And I would love to be on set in the SCP movie. I haven't been on set from since before the pandemic. And I used to do theater shows. I used to do film. And I want back in. I never knew you write SCPs. Cheese Fella, I've written about 8, I believe. 7 or 8. You can check out my author page to see them. Siren, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some waffles on your way past the commissary. And love the jacket, Doc. Well, thank you very much. My mother got me this tie-dyed lab coat, and I think it's absolutely perfect for Pride Month. And just very fashionable. I apologize. There was a Ko-Fi notification that I missed for a while there. Black Phoenix, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as making the effort to go through the Ko-Fi, which we know only takes 3% of your donation as a service fee, while YouTube Super Chats take 30% of your donation. So we definitely appreciate you making your donation go further that way. Oh, and grab yourself some candied bacon on your way past the commissary. Hello, everyone. I just pledged the SCP movie. I hope it gets more attention. Speaking of movies, I'm excited for Jacksepticeye's Bloodborne movie. Thank you for contributing to the Kickstarter for the movie. That's incredible. The more people we can get, even $1. If every one of my fans, the 1 million+ people who follow Site42, gave them a single dollar, we wouldn't be worried. We'd be done and over budget. So please, I'm telling you, if you see this right now, contribute $1 to the Kickstarter. Some people are like, oh, I'm too lazy to make a Kickstarter account. Make the Kickstarter account. Give them $1. One of your dollars. That would be enough. We'd have a movie tough. That would be enough. And yes, as a fellow Bloodborne fan, I'm excited to see what Jacksepticeye does producing that movie. Bringing in new members to the community is objectively wiser for the longevity of SCP. That is true, Jetstream, and I mean, we've been around for almost 20 years now. You're never going to close the door. And as someone who has a history of community organizing with my local YMCA, the best thing you can do is onboard people properly, honorably, respectfully, teach them the way the community functions. That way there's no disturbances. But, I'm only one guy. I have a large platform nowadays, but I can't reach out to everybody. So you guys are part of my helping to spread goodwill within the community and to newbies who are entering the community so they don't fuck things up and then the veterans yell at them and then they leave upset because, oh, the SCP people are jerks. Well, you broke the rules and you didn't take the time to learn what the rules of the community were. So you were a jerk first. You didn't know you were being a jerk, but being ignorant does not mean there are no consequences for your actions. And I do wish more people would take the time in any situation to go in and listen first. Learn the rules, learn the ropes before you make your way in. But there will never be perfection, so all we can do is keep striving for the best we can. Malachi and Sleepless Dragon, thank you for sending a litany of sparkles to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will enjoy cleaning up all that glitter. Crimson Paws, thank you for sending 5 100s to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they will keep it 5 times as 100, thanks to your urging. Love the Pride swag. Hell yes, Intern Monkish. The SCP Foundation is an LGBTQIA inclusive community. How are those arms holding up, Dr. Sherman? A little sore, but I got some new good exercises today in the gym. The Swollenation is continuing. The Foundation Fitness Initiative goes strong. And we will be able to survive containment breaches. We will be able to run and climb and parkour successfully again soon. Intern Lurking, thank you for sending a happy poop to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I honestly don't know what they're going to do with that, but I'm sure they appreciate it. And thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment team Lurking, making them a 1-star team again. Philip November, thank you for donating again to say, what are your thoughts on the Emperor of Humanity in the 40k universe twitching in the new trailer? If he really moved, he's alive, but it was so slight people are debating if it even happened. Listen, that is a very powerful anomalous entity. The SCP Foundation is obviously keeping an eye on the situation to see if there is actually movement within that situation, because that will be a lot to deal with. Even if it's outside of our universe, the ripples will be felt, and we will have to be aware of changes within our universe because of it. Worrisome is what I'll say. Factory, thank you for sending 4 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment team to bring them back to a 5-star team. But then 369 Destroyer sent 3 stars, bringing you back to a 3-star team. Desk, thank you for gifting a membership to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. Intern Averin, now that you are a researcher at Desk's behest, if you are present in the chat, make sure to thank Desk for his generosity. Malachi, thank you for making them a 4-star team. And then Factory made them a 1-star team again. I wonder if Factory was trying to make them a 5-star team, but did not recognize Malachi's donation. What does the peanut is AI mean? It means that the peanut is not AI, and if people keep saying it is, I will scream. I think the stream subject is pretty clear about it. Chester Factory, thank you for sending 4 more stars to make them a 5-star team again. You have done it. Dax Race, I'm not screaming because I know you are kidding. And you are not actually saying that the SCP-173 in Containment Breach the movie is AI. I am not falling for your tricks. Malachi, thank you for sending a 100 to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they will keep it 100 at your urging. Intern Ender Boy, what if I see 096's face because I kind of saw his face? Well, first of all, it's an it, not a he, not a his. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols at the Foundation. All anomalies are its, not he's or she's. They are objects, not people. Please get it right. For the limited time you have left alive, because if you truly saw its face, then you will be dead soon. Black Phoenix, thank you for donating again to say, me am bonk, me strong. That does sound like a Jacksepticeye quote. Yes. Dr. Sherman, is there a toothbrush SCP on the wiki? Intern Crimson Paws, I would not be shocked if an SCP toothbrush existed. You are now going to learn how I research these things. What I do is I go to the SkipNet databases Google search, and I type in SCP, and then the keyword, toothbrush. SCP-063, the world's best toothbrush. It looks like a toothbrush, but it's actually a toothbrush. Either way, the answer is yes. Good work, me. And now you know how to find your way to SCP database searches on your own. Siren, thank you for donating again to say, 173 is an AI, but it is sure as hell annoying. Thankfully, I have Kane help me create Pocket Void to contain it. Well, that makes containment a lot very easy in your universe. Very happy for you that you have someone who can just make pocket dimensions. We're still working out the kinks of the limit later. Well, that technology's not ready for prime time yet. Dr. Sherman, what happens when you look at 096 when in space? Intern Mr. Butterfit, we hear this all the time. This is a very common question. Do you know how fast 096 can run? Do you know why it can run that fast? Because it doesn't skip leg day. It's got that squat booty. If you're in space, it will use said squat booty to leap into space and get your ass. You're not surviving. Do you think 682 could be contained forever if we send it into the red reality? I do believe it would find its way back because the ripples in that universe brought Robert Scranton back. So 682 would come back and it would be able to regenerate its lost mass. So no, it would not get stuck there. Hey, Dr. Sherman, why does it look like your clothes were tie-dyed? Is this an SCP? It's something new you're trying? We are celebrating Pride Month, and I happen to have a rainbow tie-dyed lab coat. It just seemed appropriate. Intern GSJ and Drawing. Welcome to Site 42 staff, you two. Thank you for subscribing. Greetings, Dr. Sherman. Question. If a D class saw a picture of 096 and then went into 3930, what would happen? Inferred mindful. Once the D class goes into 3930, it ceases to exist. Therefore, 096 stops running. How have I watched Dr. Sherman for 2 or 3 years now and not been subscribed? Intern Butterfit. It's possibly because if it was on the shorts feed, it does not encourage subscribing as much. It just wants you to keep on scrolling. It's the same with TikTok. They don't care if you follow, they just care if you watch. So I hope you have fixed that subscription situation now. Saw a Ko-Fi notification. Let me grab that before I forget it exists. Amber, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member, as well as making the effort to go through the Ko-Fi. Grab yourself a crepe on your way past the commissary. Savory or sweet, that is your choice. Just found out a friend's nephew likes SCP. He's at the watching videos level. I sent her some links to some good video content for him, like TNAD. Made me happy. Very nice. Encouraging the youths. Spreading the word. YouTube will also unsubscribe people. Well, Tiger Claws, that's bitch-made behavior, if you ask me. Don't do that, YouTube. It's rude. Siren, thank you for donating again to say. Ask Kane to send an indestructible bubble container for me to the site. If it can hold abstracted, it can hold SCPs. Yes, but usually that kind of technology is extremely expensive and exorbitant to make. Therefore, even if we have the blueprint, our ability to make it might be pretty rough. Intern Butterfly, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. I'm a new worker at Site 42. Any advice? New to the SCP fandom. Intern Beans. My advice to you is to watch a lot of content about SCP to learn the ropes. Read stories on the SCP database. That's the source of them. scpwiki.wikidot.com, the official SCP wiki. Not like Fandom Wiki or Wikia or anything like that. Read the actual SCP wiki. And here in the chat, if you have questions about it, I'm happy to answer them. Educating about the SCP Foundation is what I do. Dr. Sherman 096 just ran to the IKEA after employee looked at 4 pixels. It's 3008, by the way. In turn, Breekles, be reasonable. The SCP-3008s don't have eyes. The -2s, I mean. The employees of the Infinite IKEA. How are they going to look at it? They don't have eyeballs. Get it together. Hello, Dr. Sherman. How's your Pride Month going? Intern Giratina, it's going quite well, actually. I'm looking rather fashionable in this tie-dyed lab coat. My gym gains are on point. I'm feeling healthier, even despite the scratchy throat situation I have going on. By the way, speaking of that, we are currently at 65 minutes in this stream. I feel like I will do the next 25 minutes and we'll call it a coffee break. Hey, Dr. Sherman, remember my Pride Month recommendation on Saturday, 5515. Just want to let you know that it was written by Pepper's Ghost for JamCon 2020, same as your favorite former monster, 5031. Well, that's good. That is, Pepper's Ghost is a great author. That's probably a good SCP then. Highly recommended. Pepper's Ghost does write damn fine SCP articles. I believe, isn't Pepper's Ghost the author of 6101 as well? I would know if I was able to type properly. Yes, 6101 is also Pepper's Ghost. You hang out in the SCP fandom enough, especially intern Beans, you start to get what authors you like the works of. Pepper Ghost, always a sleigh. Tanhoney, always a sleigh. J. Dune, Plague PJP, always a sleigh. Phil of November, thank you for donating again to say. So many people failed the fish by ruining episode 9. Failed the fish? Failed the fish. I've not heard this phrase. Is this a thing? And are you talking about people spoiling the Amazing Digital Circus now they've seen it in theaters? I would go, but I have an exceptionally busy week this week. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be doing my best for the streams in the coming days because I have Agent Goose's birthday is Wednesday. So I've got a dinner appointment that day, so we got to have an early stream. And then on Thursday, I have the awards dinner for winning Best Dance Studio in my county from the Chamber of Commerce. And so I've got to dress up fancy for that, another suit. I'm going to look good that day. But I got to make sure to be working out and then doing stream so that we can get our streams for this week. It's going to be hectic. Phil November, thank you for donating again to say. When you see episode 9 in theaters, the fish from episode 7 come up asking people not to spoil anything. Ah, I see. That's so cool regarding Comus Award. Yeah, well, thank you. It's a community of vote, and my students hustled their butts to get me to be the vote winner. So I'm very appreciative to them because I don't win the Chamber of Commerce Award without my students, just like we don't get SCP movies and good stuff without you guys. So while I'm like the organizer, Mickey Mouse doing Fantasia over here, my wizard powers don't work unless I have so many broomsticks. The broomsticks are the real heroes here. Ace of Luck, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a milkshake on your way past the commissary. Honestly, you just want to hear Sherman scream, so Peanut is AI. Very funny, but I will not scream because of troll behavior. Especially not on a sore throat day. Crimson Paws, thank you for sending a party hat to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will look especially festive. RCs, thank you for sending a 100 to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they'll keep it 100 at your urging. Malachi, thank you for sending a doubloon to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they will spend it wisely. Hey, Dr. Sherman, do you think the GOC ever feels guilty? No, they are self-righteous to a fault. They think they're doing the right thing just like we think we're doing the right thing. Remember, very simple writing tip. The bad guys always think they're doing the right thing, except for very rare circumstances where they know they are evil. Mustache twirling villains are a lot less common than your self-righteous bastard bad guys. And of course, then you've got your con men, like SCP-5004-B, which is liars and thieves and bullshit. There was that one GOC agent that felt so much guilt, they retired and joined the good guys. Is that what it was about? Didn't realize Alto could feel guilt. I bet you can't stare down the peanut. Intern Nation. No, I can't. I'm really bad at staring contests. That's why I stay the hell away from the thing. So I'm not at risk. Philip November, thank you for donating again to say, con men can learn things from 343. At least 343 is a reality bender and therefore can back up some of its boasting. How much do employees of the Foundation get paid? Intern Enzo, that depends on their rank. That depends on their job, obviously. There are different pay scales for different positions. You look like Big Daddy V. Intern Remy, I don't know what Big Daddy V is, but it won't be the first time I've been called SCP Daddy or Zaddy or father figure, and I'm sure it won't be the last. Peculiar. Dr. Sherman with the backrooms be an SCP. Intern Butterfit. That would be possible if they were discovered by the SCP Foundation, but they were instead discovered by Async, and therefore, while they are anomalous, they are not categorized as an SCP. Remember, to be an SCP, something has to be anomalous on the SCP database with an SCP document about it. So me, Dr. Sherman, I may or may not be anomalous. It depends on your universe and interpretation, because my author can't make up his goddamn mind if I'm anomalous or not. Ow! Ugh. Jerk. I guess don't curse out your authors, is what I learned today. And every day. But whether or not, the thing you need to know is I do not have an SCP document about me, so I'm not an SCP, even though I am on the SCP database. Do SCPs eat? Intern, where'd your name go? Intern Chavez, that depends on the anomaly. Some anomalies are objects that do not require sustenance. Some anomalies are animals that do require sustenance. It all depends. Phil November, thank you for donating again, and this time going through the Ko-Fi. We appreciate you making the effort. For all the OG Xbox players, we're finally eating good with the new Fable 2026 trailer. Oh my, another Fable? Sheesh, haven't heard that name in a while. Interessant. Bro, did you change? I thought you were still in the SCP Foundation. Intern JP, I am still an SCP Foundation employee. This is just a festive lab coat for Pride Month. Intern Stormfelt, thank you for sending a makeup brush to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. I'm sure they will beat their face, make it cute and savage. Thanks to your contribution. Troy, yes, we are currently at 5 stars as a Containment Hazard Assessment Team, although since you said so, I would not be shocked if some trolling came in with 15 minutes left on the clock. Intern L, we are currently 14 minutes until the end of stream. Alright, what's happened here in the burgeoning Star Wars? King of Pirates sent 3 stars to make you guys a 3-star team. Then Chesta Factory sent 4 stars, making you a 2-star team. And then Intern Taco sent a star to make you a 3-star team again. Marked at 3. Why is Dr. Sherman so angry? Intern Enzo, do I seem angry? I feel not angry. Alright, what has happened with these Star Wars? We were a 3-star team before Chesta Factory sent a star to make you a 4-star team. So I'm going to mark a 4. And then King of Pirates sent Sunshine, which was very nice. I'm sure it brightened everybody's day. And then we had 5 stars made by Chesta Factory before Froy sent a star to make it a 1-star team. Malachi made it a 2-star team. Golden Guy made it a 3, 4, 5-star team. We're at 5 stars as I scroll down. Then that's when things get out of control. So, it's a 5-star team becoming a 1-star, 2-star team. There's a 2-star team as I get into this next scenario. King of Pirates took you from 2-star team, ran a whole bunch of stars, while intern Kuwata sent a flower in between, so enjoy the pretty flowers. We continue counting stars. Baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting numbers, we'll be counting stars. 21 stars. So one more star than a 5-star team. That makes you a 3-star team as far as King of Pirates is concerned. Intern Huntley made you a 4-star team. And then King of Pirates kept going. So your 4-star team, starting with 1, 2, 3, 22 goes to 30. So that's 8 more stars. That's 5 plus 3. 3 would bring you to 2, making you a 2-star team. Followed by Intern Huntley sending a doubloon. Enjoy your spending doubloons. And Huntley sent a star, making you a 3-star team. 3-star team is the final count at this moment, with 10 minutes left in chat. And Froy has made you a 5-star team. We'll see how long that lasts. Intern Kuwata, thank you for sending the makeup brush. I'm sure they will slay the night away thanks to your contribution. Get that before it disappears. You will not thwart my counting. You gay? Question mark. Well, intern Liz, if you must know, of the LGBTQIA spectrum, I am the A there, an asexual. But we at the SCP Foundation celebrate the whole of the LGBTQIA spectrum. This is a safe space for people of those persuasions. Intern Daniel, I am banning you because no one cares about your Diddy party. You're gross and we don't like you. Goodbye. Intern Huntley, thank you for sending a doubloon to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they'll spend it wisely. And starting at a 5-star team, King of Pirates. All right, so Leon sent a star, bringing you to a 1-star team, but the King of Pirates jumped in to make you a 17-star team, meaning you are now a 3-star team. And then Leon sent some sparkles, so enjoy the glitter while you're at it. Dr. Sherman personally took the shotgun on that one. Yes, Mamori. I saw the first message that person sent, and then I saw the second was just doubling down. And while I was not trained as a mobile task force agent, I did play a lot of House of the Dead in arcades. So my light gun skills are pretty on point. Malachi, thank you for sending 2 sparkles to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will clean up that glitter. Dr. Sherman, why don't we throw SCPs into deep space like 096, like erase every single picture that we have of him? It's not a him, it's an it. All anomalies are objects. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols at the Foundation. Into a spaceship and launch from so far no one can actually retrieve it. Intern Huntley, we do not destroy anomalies, we study them. We can't study them if they're lost in space. Plus, if another picture of 096 turned up that we didn't know about it, it would jump from that planet to here and be loose on Earth again. So no, we keep it where we can find it. Sorry, you are forgiven, Intern Huntley. Get it right in the future. And reminder, I'm not particularly angry at you guys or anything today. I just have a stuffy nose and sore throat, and so my voice is a little more blasé than usual. You'll know when I'm angry at you. Intern Huntley, thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment team, making them a 4-star team. Intern Kuwata, thank you for sending them 2 more glitter bombs. I'm sure they will clean up that glitter because they have no choice to. Froy, you made them a 5-star team. Good work. We'll see how long it lasts. Dr. Sherman, what if SCP-499 comes after you? What can you do to live? Please answer. I might be running out of time. Intern Jamandre, as far as we know, SCP-4999 does not cause your death. It appears when you are dying. Therefore, if you're seeing 4999, that just means you're toast. There's no saving you. Oh. 5 minutes left in stream, and I guess I need it. You all right? Yes, I just have a scratchy throat and a bit of congestion. It's not even super goopy. It might just be allergies. Seasonal allergies, not the fur babies. Malachi, thank you for sending 3 sparkles, and Luyon putting on an extra sparkle of 3 sparkles, so 6 more glitter bombs. You guys are going to be cleaning up glitter for weeks. And then intern Huntley, thank you for pressing F to pay respects. I'm sure the chat will pay respects thanks to you. Let's get to another topic, which is I can't seem to sign in to log into the wiki because it isn't sending me the verification code. Is my problem with the wiki database? Intern Enderboy, does your email address happen to have a numerical digit in it? Or is your email from hotmail.com? For some reason, Wikidot cannot accept email addresses with numbers in them, or if they are from Hotmail. It's an old website held together by duct tape and dreams. So if there's a number in your email address, or it's from Hotmail, you'll need to make a new email that does not have one of those qualifications, because Wikidot just does not answer those. Dr. Sherman, should I send my movie poster the business email? Yes. Yes. Send your business email. Send my business email your movie poster for SCP Contained Breach the Movie so I can share it and spread the word more. I love your sweater or jacket. Intern Leah, it is a lab coat. It is just a festive lab coat, but it is still a lab coat. A while ago, you had a D-class character who'd show up on occasion. Who is that, or is that just you on D-class duty? Memori, that could have been several situations. It could have been a universe where SCP Site-42 is a site where everyone on site is a clone of me. Basically, the Foundation, if they want someone dead, but they don't want to waste the resource of a human being, they send them to Site-42 because once that person sets foot on the property, they turn into a clone of Dr. Sherman. So everyone who works at Site-42 is a clone of Dr. Sherman, meaning the D-class are Dr. Shermans, the janitors are Dr. Shermans. Everyone's Dr. Sherman at that particular universe's Site-42. So sometimes it literally is a Dr. Sherman D-class. Other times, I may have been demoted to D-class for doing something wrong. It's not unheard of at the Foundation. Depends on the universe that particular short is from. And sometimes, it's just because I'm the only actor on this side of the camera. So much like Markiplier is named that because it's Mark, but multiplied because he's playing every role in a show. That too, that's a Shermaplier right there. Intern Kuwata, thank you for sending them a doubloon and a makeup brush. I'm sure they will be savage and spend the doubloons wisely. Intern Huntley and Kuwata, thank you for sending them more sparkles so they have more glitter to clean up. And Kuwata, thank you for sending a 100. I'm sure they'll keep it 100 at your urging. Is Site-42 a Dr. Sherman hive mind, or does everyone have their own mind, thoughts, and emotions? Intern Northern, it's the latter. And the version of Site-42 where everyone is a clone of Dr. Sherman because going on site turns you into Dr. Sherman, essentially you turn into Dr. Sherman as I was at age 35. And so the old personality, the old body, is completely gone. You just transmogrify into a 35-year-old Dr. Sherman, who is then going to do whatever they need a new Dr. Sherman to do. I feel like having that many Dr. Shermans around you would either be super pleasant at times and others are very overwhelming, having 40 Dr. Shermans yell at you. Well, yes, and at the very least, it's very lucky that I'm an asexual person. Otherwise, the fan fiction alone would terrify me. Intern Kawada, thank you for sending a floating heart to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they feel the love. When did you dye your hair? Intern Liz, I've been dyeing my hair intermittently for the last year in various color patterns. Just a Factory, thank you for what I believe is your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a chimichurri steak on your way past the commissary. Has Puppy of Interest 42 met number one doggo-J? From being on the opposite ends of the country, they have not interacted yet. Lol, hey, happy Pride Month. Disappointed for a bit, was sick. Well, intern, hi. I'm glad to hear that you were recovered and welcome back. And yes, happy Pride Month to you too. Now, Site 42 staff, we are at the end of today's stream, and as I do at the end of every stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. It's a tradition around these parts. But I'm not going to tell you the SCPs I wrote are the ones that are my favorite, because that would be narcissism, that would be cheating. But if you want to read the SCPs that I personally wrote, you can go to the Sherm's author page in Site 42 Hub on the SCP database. There you can see the SCPs I wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects to. And while you're on my author page, one tab over, you'll find a list of links. Links that people often ask me about in the chat, but then when I give them this very clear hint of where to look, they don't go and look. It's so strange. They're not smart enough to figure it out. But that's not a problem for you guys, Containment Hazard Testament team. You are determined and clever, and you'll find those links. And when you do, you'll have the option to become a Site 42 Patreon patron or YouTube channel member to donate to us monthly. You can do a Ko-Fi or YouTube Super Chat to donate to us one at a time. Either way, direct donations are the easiest way to support Site 42, myself, and the staff here, so we appreciate your generosity. And if you're part of the broke gang and cannot donate, do not fret. We are an arts community. We understand starving artists, for real, for real. And so you can still help us out as a member of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codename the Signal Boosters. When you like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, make fan art, memes, clips, edits, shit posts, all sorts of stuff for both Site-42 and the SCP projects we support, like Containment Breach, the movie by Keter Labs, which is kickstarting right now. Go support it while you still can, so that we have an SCP movie in theaters. This is our shot. As well as the SCP Wiki and its authors and artists, the SCP filmmakers, game makers, animators, podcasters, merch makers. You are helping us to spread the SCP fandom. It's thousands of stories to a greater audience. You're helping for artists in the community to get the support they need for engagement and monetary needs to make more works. And we thank you for your service, Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codename Signal Boosters. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on the last one. It's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043, content warning, that's one to rough read. While I was doing the outro, Intern Kuwata, thank you for sending a makeup brush and two sparkles to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will use the glitter on their face this time with the makeup brush. Malachi, thank you for sending them more glitter. I think they have too much glitter. Intern Kuwata, thank you for sending a hundo. I'm sure they'll keep it one hundo. Malachi, you sent two more glitters. I'm sure they will clean up all that glitter. They damn well better. Freud, thank you for sending two sparkles. So much glitter today. Sleepless Dragon, you sent them a makeup brush. I'm sure they'll keep it cute and savage. And now Froy is bombing you all with so much glitter. 20 sparkles. Go clean up that mess. Oh, what's happening here? Intern Huntley sent 2 more sparkles. Vulcan sent a gold coin. Froy sent 4 more sparkles. And V2 from Ultra Kill sent a laughing disco. That disco ball will reflect off all the glitter. It will look very pretty. Have fun with that. And Intern Huntley sent a flower. Good work. Very pretty. Now, Site 42 staff, there's been another coffee break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. Hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. Intern Vanitas, remember, we stream every day. Every day we've been streaming for over a year. If you set your notification bell, you will get a notification. If you're in the Site 42 Discord server, you get a more reliable notification when the stream starts. It starts at a different time every day. We'll start it out on a dirty road. Start it out all alone. And the sun went down as across the hill. And the town lit up. The world got still. I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings. Learning to fly, coming down is the hardest thing. The credit song is Learning to Fly by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Thank you one more time, Intern Huntley, for a flower for the chat. I'm sure they find it pretty. Now be safe, be well, and as always, Site 42 staff, secure, contain, protect. See you in the next one.